Hello everyone, welcome in, and today we're going to be starting the guide series. We're going to be starting off with supports. And today I want to talk about Grover, since arguably he's the best support right now, if not Furia, truly in competition between them. But today I want to talk about Grover, and I'm going to show you guys an extensive overview of what Grover does, his abilities, talents, his cards, what talents you should be running, and when, the card build that I personally use, and then we'll go ahead and get into a game and show you how you can play him in a few different playstyles and a bit of his techs. Let's go ahead and get into it. His basic attack is throwing axe. You're going to throw an axe for 350 damage, and this is going to increase based on the distance you are from people up to 700 damage. So the farther away you are from a target, the more damage you're going to do. This does not mean sit in the back line and just throw out axes hoping it does 700 damage. Just means that it's a bit of a bonus, that if somebody's further away, you're going to do a bit more damage to them. So the 350 is just the base damage, and then usually you'll have a bit of extra damage there. Just as an extra bonus, don't be sitting in a sniper spot trying to do a bunch of damage as Grover if you're not playing damage. Next is Crippling Throw. This is going to be his first ability on a 7-second cooldown. You're going to throw an axe, dealing 425 damage and crippling an enemy for 1 second, and has a range of 300 units. Crippling is just an effect that makes it to where people cannot use movement abilities. That's it. A few different types of these in the game. His second ability is Blossom. This is going to activate a heal around yourself and allies within 80 units for 600 and 285 over 2.5 seconds. And this is going to have a passive where Blossom, heal yourself and allies within 80 units for 75 every 1 second. This is really the life of Grover and what Grover is really known for. His next ability is Vine. Throw a vine that latches onto terrain that it touches and then pull yourself towards it. If Vine would fail to latch onto anything, it will not fire. Meaning that if it's too far, then you can't latch onto it. Now, there's a tech that you can do that I will show you guys in the video, where it can go quite far. It has been nerfed, I think, once, but it is in the game. It is not an exploit. It is very obviously meant to be in the game, unfortunately. So you can go really, really far and just kind of fly across the map. That's fine. His ultimate is going to be called Whirlwind. Rapidly heal allies within 40 units for 2,500 every 1 second, and it can be refired or canceled. Usually you're going to be canceling this to be able to save ult charge. The only time you're not is if your whole team is like just actively getting bursted down and you need the sustain for more run the entire time. That's the only time. If not, you're going to be canceling this sooner so you can keep some ult charge. His first talent is Rampant Blooming. Heal for a burst of 300 and an additional 200 over 2 seconds in a 50 unit radius at your location when you finish finding, and this is going to increase your healing done by 20%. This is the normal talent you're going to be going for Grover. Why? It gives you some survivability, and when you vine, you get some health back, so even when you're getting bursted down and you can go ahead and quickly vine away, you're also going to get a bit of sustain with that heal. It also just increases your healing done, so it makes your healing output a lot better. Next is Ferocity. This is going to increase your maximum damage scaling over distance by 60% and increase your damage done by 10%. So it's basically 70%, just going to increase that damage on your basic attacks the farther away you are by around 70%. That's about it. Deep Roots. Crippling Throw changes to nearby enemies up to 2 times, causing a healing aura to manifest around the nearby enemies, and the original one. Healing nearby allies for 50 every 0.5 seconds. You really never want to go this because you're forcing your allies to go into the enemy team to really get healing. You don't want to be forcing them to walk up into the enemy team face first just to die. Please don't go Deep Roots. It's very bad. This is the card build I run. It is going to be made up of Verdant Expanse at level 5, Perennial at level 5. Both are very core cards to Grover and should be at level 5 in all of your Grover healing builds. Next is Adrenaline. This is a personal card I like to use. Reduce your active cooldowns by 30% after getting Illumination. I have it at level 3 because I think this is very good. 30% is quite a bit, and especially with the healer, this is an amazing card. Fatalis, hitting an enemy with Crippling Throw reduces the cooldown of Blossom. More or less just a filler card. It's not that great. It just helps you kind of get Blossom up more. That's about it, just a filler card. And Vine Grasp. This is a very kind of core card for Grover. Increase the range of Vine by 10%. It's just going to allow you to vine away a bit easier to farther places. This is the overview of Grover. Let's go ahead and hop into a game, and I'll go ahead and show you guys different ways to play him. With Grover, you're really just trying to stay in a spot where you can really heal your whole team while still doing a bit of damage. So you want to be in the A. You want to try and keep everybody in the AoE of your passive healing. There's one, the vine tech you can do is you can aim at a wall and then quickly switch somewhere else. We're gonna go and make sure she can't use her body and soul. We're just gonna try and stay within our team. We do have a dredge, so it might be a little bit tough to stay within our team, but it shouldn't be undoable or not doable. I want to keep my Khan here alive more than my Vora. Go ahead and dash out there. Rampant Blooming, gonna help me get a bit of health back. See that Nyx is kind of chasing me down. Oh, hi. Kind of messed up. My frame's lagged there a bit. That was on me. Did get the Nyx kill though. I didn't even realize that. I can't really get to Viv here. That's unlucky. I think if I went a bit sooner than I could have, so that's just on me. See Kasumi down there. Gonna get over here with Khan. Make sure they stay alive. A bit of extra damage. If they start to overcommit, I can go ahead and ult them. Which I see that she is. I'm trying to get to her, but I just can't, unfortunately. I have to ult here. Just to get myself out, because I don't think I would have lived there if I did. You can still use it as like a get out of jail free card. We're just kind of stay with Vora, make sure she doesn't die. Oh, he dashed into a wall, so I just missed. A little bit unlucky. Still trying to stay with my Khan. Make sure you know where your whole team is. Get a bit of extra damage, and she's dead. We can get on this side, so I'm not in the enemy team. Make sure my Vora has some healing. You usually want to use your Vine for safety, but you can also use it to basically do a drop ult, where you Vine up in the air, you ult while in the air, and it's just a drop ult. Yeah, and it's just a quick way to get over, make sure your team lives. I don't think I can take on here. Unfortunately, maybe I can. I could try, though. Gonna do that, try to keep him alive. There we go. Got that massive ult off. Unfortunately, Sarah's died, but not nearly as important as our Khan. Doesn't look like we'll be able to save them here. So I died. You know, I just didn't know what was happening. But we went and got tier 2 Kronos and tier 2 Horde. Get us a bit of extra snowball. Unfortunately, I couldn't get there in time. I don't even think if I demounted any sooner I would have got it, but try and keep her alive. It's not that bad. She did die, but we did defend the point here since most of our team is playing around here. See the Lex is on this side. Unfortunately, can't hit her with deep roots. Or blink throw. Go ahead and hit her with that for that bit of extra damage. We're getting pressured here. We're gonna go ahead and move. Unfortunately, I can't really save her there. Maybe I could have ulted her, but okay. So I accidentally vined into dredge bombs. Unfortunately, we're gonna go over here try to save this Vora. Go ahead and vine over here. Now that is another use of the vine tech where you just fly across the entire fucking map. Absolutely amazing. Definitely broken. I don't think it really should be in the game. Ooh, big stun, unfortunately, but it's okay. Not that big a deal. We can get the massive heals on our team. We're just gonna play point here. We're gonna try to cap this point. And I want to go to Vora here, just to make sure she doesn't die. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get there. Trying not to peek that. And we'll go back over here with our team. Hi, Nyx. And get that kill on Nyx. We see that he's getting killed. And that's how you cancel ult. You really just want to use it to get them full, and then you go ahead and cancel it. And I kept 50% of it, or almost 50% of it, which is insane. You just have half your ult, and it just is getting almost full value every single time. It's actually getting more than full value, because sometimes you don't need that full ult, and it's just kind of a waste. I'm just trying to live here. But she did get the ult off. My goat Khan. Love it. I'm just gonna go ahead and try and keep them alive here. We're gonna go ahead and push up with them. We hear Kasumi in Body and Soul around here. And just keep our eyes out for her. Unfortunately, couldn't save her. The only thing we can really do here is keep our distance from Kasumi. Kasumi's weakness is long distances, since it is quite far. He did live it, which is good. I don't really have anything here for him. So I'm trying to build ult, which is something I can't really do anymore, unfortunately. Try to get heals on my Viv, make sure she can live. Try and keep Kasumi out of kill range, and we go ahead and have a black up. We just want to wait for Khan here. That's the best thing we can really do, is just wait for Khan. Khan is indeed our win con. We can definitely go ahead and push up here. Go ahead and ult here. We're going to keep it up for a bit longer, just because our team was taking a bit more damage. Unfortunately, they both die. Or 4 dies to Dredge ult. Not much we can really do there. Go ahead and push up here with Khan and try and cap this point. Best thing we can do is try and pressure them out. Just force a bit of pressure on them. We're on the 3rd point. Go ahead and just try and stay in the middle of my team. Make sure we know where everybody is. The biggest thing you can do as support is try and make sure you know where your whole team is at all times. That's like the #1 thing that you really have to do, is you make sure you know where people are. Oh, I kind of had to ult through that there. Unfortunately, I would have just died. Massive ult by Vora. We're going to go ahead and send this little pocket here. Unfortunately, Viv died. Not much we can really do there. I'll just try and keep my Khan alive here. I can go ahead and sit on point if he wants to go ahead and attack. Try to hit her with the cripple so she can't use her dash. And we're going to go ahead and find back up here. Get a little bit of healing. Try and save Khan here. Got the tier 3 morale boost and Kronos on top of tier 2 Horde. We've had tier 2 Horde. So we're just going to go ahead and build that bit of Unbound for that Nixel. Don't really want to be affected by it. It is very deadly. Get that kill on Lex. Really good. Not much we can do about the Vora. Maybe I could have dove with her, but a bit too late. Just try and get damage on the Snakes. There we go. Missed quite a bit there, a little bit rough, but let's go ahead and dash up here. Get the kill on Kasumi. Go ahead and ult here a little bit. Unfortunately missed, but he dashed into my team, so it's okay. Team Nyx is coming for me again. She has the cripple talents. And we're gonna go ahead and just live that. Let's just make sure my team can go ahead and push. Now, despite him having damage on a range, I wouldn't say that Grover is a full backline support. I would say he is a flex support, where you're really wanting to play in with your team quite a bit. Or at least in the middle, like between your dives and your point tank plus your damage. Whereas a backline support is really going to just be in the backline. Just trying to look for points to help their point tank and their damage. On top of that, you really want to be... you can dive too, especially if you're able to pull off a drop ult while they're diving to help them really keep that sustain up. And just try and hit them there. We're going to back out of that, and then we're going to try to help Khan here. If he takes any more damage here, go ahead and ult him. Get that health back up a bit. We see Dredge on top, which is a bit unfortunate. There's not much we can do about it. Massive kill there. We're going to get that cooldown reset. Unfortunately, not much we can do about that. Try and get a bit of damage there. Heal ourselves. Just trying to stay alive here. Try and keep Vora alive. We went and did that. Having double healer definitely helps. But he is definitely capable of being a solo healer. Pretty much every single healer in this game is capable of being a solo healer, except for the Rock. That is one of the only healers that really isn't capable of being a solo healer. Build. We just leave Horde. at level 2. I don't think it's necessary to be at level 5 unless it is the first thing you buy, but once you get 1 to 2 items online, you really don't need it any higher than level 2. Obviously, the last state of it, or once you get all your items, you don't need to level it unless you want to just go for it, since there's not much else you can really do with your gold. But yeah, level 2 is about the best state you can get it in. We're gonna go ahead and play over here in between your team, kind of demount them if we see them. Here, Kasumi, I miss because I'm bad. Gonna try to keep Saris up. Unfortunately, took the stun, but it's okay. I was very unlucky. I tried popping my ult just a bit late. It's really just I'm really unlucky. But I cripple him, and we're good. I'm going ahead and win the game here. GG's.